Welcome to Fairfax with Fairfax. Follow us on our pilgrimage to the new world on YouTube, Keith Fairfax Comedy, Facebook, Keith Fairfax, and Instagram, Mr. Fairfax.
A lot of 80s babies out there who this might ring a bell with. Because I do not own the rights to this song, I cannot play the real theme, but you should know that that's Little Darkwing Duck. And you're back. Episode 2, Fairfax with Fairfax. And if you looked at my hat, yes, it should have been a play on words like Fairfax with the name Fairfax. But there was a misunderstanding between me and the kid at the hat store, so he wrote it as Fairfax with Fairfax, which I can understand how that could be an easy slip up. Yeah. So Joe,
Hey,
Joe is back
I'm
with
Joe.
me again. Joe Winchell back with me again for day 2.
Thank you so much for playing that theme. That's like my favorite theme ever.
Yes, I love Darkwing Duck.
You're going to get a lot of people to watch it based on this theme.
I don't know if it might be a cult classic. I don't know if Darkwing
They're like
Duck.
bringing it back. Like DuckTales is back.
Oh, they
you don't know that it's awesome.
No, I don't watch Disney. No,
I do. I smoke a lot of weed and watch Disney.
All right. Well, I just try to.
You're good. You contribute to society. I do not.
I try to be a man of the people.
But yeah, they rebooted it. It's awesome. But one of the things they did is they just sort of like integrating. Remember all the Disney afternoons shit?
Oh yes, yeah.
Like Tailspin.
Oh,
So that's
love
just
Tailspin, yeah.
that's what they're doing. They're like, now they do like a Tailspin episode. They're like, here's Tailspin back, and then then they're doing a whole Darkwing Duck 2-part special for that. They brought the character back.
They probably kitted it up though.
No, they brought all the original voice actors back.
Really?
Yeah, except for like the DuckTales. Yeah, the original voice actor of Darkwing Duck is back. Like most of like the other like main characters are recast.
Okay.
But like, do you know who David Tennant is?
Yes.
Yeah, he voices Scrooge McDuck.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
so he's like, and there's a bunch of like SNL people that do
there's like 5 voices in the game.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there really is like only 5 voices that are really kind of taking over the whole voiceover game, which is pretty well. I tried to get into voiceover. I was like, oh, I got a pretty unique, distinct voice, and they were like, it's kind of.
You do have a distinct voice though, but like,
But to get yourself out there, it's like I don't know how they find you, but it was like because they give you a character and they're like, all right, now here goes some lines. Now voice this. They're like free ball it and
Yeah.
voice this character,
Yeah, I
and
do
it's
8 voices.
and it's a sludge monster, and I'm like, I'm Mr. Sludge Monster, and I'll get you, my pretty. And they're like, no, that's no good.
did you ever see the documentary? I know that voice.
Is that that's an old documentary, right?
It's old. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
new. It's old. It's a couple years. I think it was like actually like 2016.
Okay.
But like, it's a documentary basically about that. It's about voice actors, and you're right. There's like 10 people they interview the whole time, but like during it, they all do like 80 voices. Like John
Right,
DiMaggio
right.
does that.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a giant, and maybe he's a dumb giant, maybe he's down here, and he just I can't do it, but he does the voice, and you're like, wow, this guy is wildly talented.
Yeah, it was
like,
obvious that you couldn't do it. When
No,
you
I know
did
it was
the
obvious you didn't even try.
Yeah, we all found that out.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're back for day 2 of Fairfax with Fairfax.
With an X, not with.
See, maybe I should put the Mister in front. I think there's the scuttlebutt.
What happened, man?
I thought that we were cool. Like when
Did he not like write it down? Did you write it down for him?
no, he wrote it down, but his handwriting was a little on the sloppy side, and I thought that
Oh, so he handed that off to somebody else who then read
No, he
it.
showed me it, and I was like, Fairfax with Fairfax. I was like, at first he put Fairfax as one word, and that was the problem, is that he put Fairfax as one word.
The first part of it.
The first part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is still saying, I was like, so maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the tongue twister.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, we didn't get it right, but we'll get it right for this next time.
What was your? I just like I would be sad as soon as I got that.
I had to leave.
Sad immediately.
I had to leave, and I was just like, he was like, oh, I credit you for it, and not like he was like,
You're
he'll
like-
fix it, but it was just I wanted it for the show. I couldn't come back in time for another one.
But you like Charlie Brown afterwards, like wah, wah, like walking down the street, like
He was like, we could hold on to it if you want. I was like, no, I mean, if you get, like, no one's gonna buy this. Like, this is not
what
a
I asked
viable
for.
product.
Yeah,
Like,
this is-
it's not like I got a symbol of a swan, and they were like,
That looks like you run like a math help. Like you look like you tutor kids.
yeah, it's like. I do want to.
Mr. Fairfax is going to teach us about fractions today.
I wouldn't sleep on that because that is something that is definitely in my wheelhouse. I could be teaching kids. Little do you know. Okay.
You know, I can see it.
I do have
What?
a accounting program that I wanted to debut. It's going to help kids all over the world. And I'm glad that you brought it up, as a matter of fact, because right now kids are not in school. And I wanted to cut a few promos here and there so I could get everybody on board with the promo train that is Keith Fairfax with
I
Fairfax.
set you up for this amazing.
Yeah, you did set me up for it amazingly. So what I want to do is debut Fairfax with Fairfax, the accounting program that I have coming up. So here it is. This is Counting with Fairfax. And this is good for kids, adults, because nobody, they can't go to school but 2 days a week. So this is the accounting program that I have. And I want everybody to count with me to 24. And Joe, I want you to look into the camera and you count with me too. Here we go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, yeah.
That's just a taste. That's just a taste of what I'm bringing. Because there was
Make me do.
Hooked on Phonics.
You remember Muzzy?
Muzzy,
Muzzy.
Huntington Learning Center,
Yeah, Huntington. Oh man,
and then what I'm bringing to you.
you are throwing your hat into a very prestigious ring.
And then what I'm bringing to you, and that was right off the cuff. You saw how I just brought that up. That
Yeah,
was
you
right
brought
off
that right up,
That was
man.
right off the cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just doing that. You know what I mean? That's for the people, because everybody needs to give back. Give back to your community, and I'm bringing the 1, 2, 3s back.
Oh, man.
So that was just a taste of what Daddy's bringing to the table. Okay,
All
so
for it.
DM me for inquiries. What we're gonna do is if you want him to learn that song up to 30, I go $1 a number.
You're going $1 a number.
I'm going $1 a number right now.
So wait, no, you got to do a deal. Then you can't just right away. It's like I get the first 10 numbers.
He's gonna sing like that too, though. It comes with the singing and the numbers.
Okay.
So you get the singing and you get the numbers.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So he's gonna harmonize like that,
Okay.
and he will be counting to 30 before
So
you
he'll
know.
know how to count, and he'll also be a diva, in a good way.
Or a playboy, a bad boy.
A
However
bad boy, yeah, whatever, man.
You know what I mean? It's
All right, man. You're making stars. I get it. You want to hang
So-
out with a bunch of kids and teach them math. That's what I got from this.
I'm trying to make hit makers. I'm trying to make hit makers.
You look at that guy that was going around trying to find boy bands who was a little weird. He managed like NSYNC and everything. He's like, I'm just trying to make hits. And then his next hit was like Dream Street or some shit like that.
Oh, you mean every bad Motown manager?
Oh man, that's right.
That's all those kids got screwed up with. Just like that's what Kanye was ranting and raving about, which I appreciate. Kanye for all his horse shit, he was right about those bad contracts.
No,
and how
that's true.
You don't get, but know what he did though? He put his money where his mouth was. He gave all of the artists under good music back their royalties.
He did.
Yeah, which is wild.
That's unheard of in
Yeah,
the
which
70s.
is wild shit. So
70s people- you know how
no,
many
you
people
call
got
them crazy
fucked?
if you want to, but that was big. Put your money where your mouth is energy, right? That's we call that big dick energy in the industry.
You
That's
think Kanye's got a big dick?
I mean the way he acts. I mean I would
Don't you
assume
think it's
so.
like Napoleon complex a little bit though?
No,
Like,
I mean
aw,
you see those
man.
ugly ass sneakers, and then Kim is not going with a guy with a little Johnson.
But he's always wearing big shirts, big
You
shoes.
think
big
Kim
pants.
Kardashian was with somebody with a little dick?
I think
just don't
Kim
see it.
Kardashian is always on Xanax.
I just seen her in that. I seen her in that Ray J video. She
That was the last time I remember like thinking she's kind of hot when I watched her porn. That was the last time.
I don't consider that porn. I consider that just a sensual.
It's like Cinemax porn.
That's two people enjoying one another.
They're just being. They're just. I'm God.
Like-
You're God.
Do you think, like, I wonder how everybody thinks their sex looks on tape? Like, people have this
man.
they get very judgy when they look at other people's sex tapes, like, oh, look at that whore and all this. I was like, how do you think that your sex looks on camera?
Have you ever like seen like anybody you've known sex tape, like even
Yeah.
accidentally?
A few.
Really? Yeah.
I've seen that.
Or do you guys like get together and show them? I know a few people that
No,
have done that.
yeah, there was a couple of kids in high school who would like do
Look
that
what I
and
did.
then like show it. Yeah,
Yo, on their phone?
yeah.
Oh, it's fucked up.
I mean, one of my friends used to have a setup in his room where you couldn't tell that his like.
Do we need? Is this liable in court? What's happening right now?
Well, I'm not gonna say his name, but you couldn't tell that his computer was facing his bedroom, and he had a camera on the top of his computer.
Oh, God.
So he would unplug the screen, and then it would record.
That's
so he
fucked
could,
up.
yeah, it was. I mean, but he didn't show it to everybody.
No, this
So
was like his personal collection.
Yeah, it was like his personal collection. He only showed it to like his close friends. Yeah, this wasn't
and,
like
and his his dad.
this wasn't like you won't find it on on Lobster Tube or anything like that. That's a porn site. If
You don't know that.
yeah, I mean,
That is a
I
vast.
think he's
universe,
better
man.
than that. I don't know. I don't think he's doing that.
Nah, I've definitely like. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I'm pretty self conscious about my dick. So I don't know if I've ever. No, I've never done a sex. I did one time. My ex girlfriend came back to fuck me because she worked at the Hampton Jitney and I was getting a ride. That's exactly how I ran into her.
You ran into your ex girlfriend on the jitney.
No, she was working at Hampton Jitney. I was waiting for a bus.
Okay.
And then she was like, well, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going into Brooklyn. And she says, when are you coming back? And it's like 2 days. She's like, oh, like, I'll be here. Like, let's hang out when you get back. I'm like, awesome. And like, we went back to my place and like, we fucked. And then she's like, record us.
I mean, that's
That was the only time I did it. And it's just like, I just felt weird afterwards.
you should have.
I did. Because I'm like self-conscious about my dick to begin with. So like the mere fact that there's something out there where other people can see my dick like made me very terrified.
Yeah. I mean,
Like you talked about big dick energy before, right?
yeah. I don't have that type of energy. I have,
Like you're not so
it fits for me energy. I guess like
you're happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with
I
it.
hate
energy.
my dick.
Yeah,
I yell at it.
But I've when like younger, like in like high school, it was like Riverhead was the Wild West, and
High school was the Wild West back when we were. in high
yeah,
school,
and it was just
everywhere.
like I don't know. You find yourself, doing things. It's all the girls are down, all the guys are down, and it's just like wow, you'd be surprised what's out there.
All right, but was there ever that kid in high school? Like there was, even though, remember I told you last time I went to a small high school, but I feel like we still had those people you went to high school with. Like everybody has like those, like everybody's got like certain characters they go to high school with. Dude, there was a kid that would like we knew like there was a rumor is like this dude's got like a huge dick. So did you ever like treat people? You ever hear that and, like treat people like that differently or anything? Like just be like,
yeah, you know that John Hamm. They had like John Hamm on set of Mad Men. They were like one of the PAs. Like they were like, I need him to tape it down because it's too distracting.
oh, that's right. John Hamm's rumored to got like a huge dick, right?
Yeah, they said they needed him to tape it down because it was too distracting. I was just like how
Too
could you?
distracting.
I was like, how could you even you're just you're
What kind of
not
dick
even on
is
set.
this? No, what kind of dick? How is like?
Oh,
even
he
on
has
porn
he has a
set,
baby arm. Yeah, he has a baby.
Would you
arm.
think like? Would you like even as like if you were a camera guy on Mad Men, and you're like, how big could it like just from like not even from like any kind of perspective? You're just like, how big could it possibly be? And he lets out this fucking dinosaur leg.
I mean, but Chris Evans just released. Well, he
Oh, that's right. Does Chris Evans have a huge dick?
It was shadowy. I mean, I guess it's big for him. I mean, I guess it's big. Yeah. I mean, not wild. It wasn't like he wasn't like what's not like Rocco Sivetti. You know what I mean? It's like it's not quite like that, but it's something
No one
to
was
behold.
let down by it. No one was like, oh,
Yeah, it's not like stick the foot in the back of your head, Rocco Sivetti style.
yeah.
That's wild. That was like the wildest porn I watched when I was young.
Oh my god, you've watched? Oh man, I watched.
Yeah, when I was young, I used to watch all that. Like that, and amongst like Rotten.com.
I watched Rotten.com.
All that bum fights.
Dog fart.
Never saw dog fart.
Dog fart was interracial porn. I watched a lot of it.
I wonder, like they had to make it like sound like extra filthy. I don't like they couldn't just make it sound like because I thought the common term was swirl.
What, that was like interracial?
Yeah, and interracial was called swirl.
I couldn't tell you what dog fart means. I just know I watched a lot of porn from that
I
site.
thought it meant. I mean, I thought it always meant like a silent fart.
I guess.
Like
There was a lot of anal on
but
the
deadly
site,
type
and they never farted. I guess maybe that's why they were like, it's like dog, it's like appealing anal.
I mean, that's
Because anal can be rough sometimes when you watch it. It's like, I don't know if I like this.
not rough sometimes, but most of the times it looks
Some
rough.
people are really, they're acting like they're into it.
There's some good actresses out there. So all right, so we got off on a great start. Let's see what else happened around. I guess let's start with the local. Right
Doing
now.
local news?
Yeah, we'll do some local news.
I'm locally not from Riverhead.
I hate that my Celtics lost. Yeah, I'm a diehard Celtics fan, and they
I like
lost.
how you say local news and start with news about the Boston Celtics.
Oh, when I say local, I mean just the shit that I care about.
Oh, this is Keith's Corner.
Yeah. When I say local, I mean to me.
So the Celtics lost?
Yeah, Celtics lost. That hurt.
I did not watch the game. I know you're like a lifelong Celtics fan, right?
Yeah. Hurt my feelings. And,
Why are you a Celtics fan? I'm not like judging. I'm just curious. I'm always curious to know like when people live in a state and they're a fan of any team not from that state, where that comes from.
Okay. When I was in like fourth or fifth grade, our teacher made us pick names out of a hat. So at the beginning of the season, we picked a football team. I got the Indianapolis Colts. Okay. And we had to follow them for the season and keep their stats, and like, because the games weren't showed on TV like that at the time. This is 90s.
Yeah, it's
You know
true.
what
I
I mean?
remember.
So this is, I had a market team, so you would not see the Colts on TV at all. But then when they played on Monday night,
They weren't shown in the state.
yeah,
really, unless they were-
Monday or Sunday night, and so we would we would follow their stats all season. Then we would write to them at the end of the season like fan mail.
Oh man, I remember something similar to this. But go ahead.
And we did the same thing during basketball season. So I wrote to the Colts, and they sent me back more stuff than everybody in the class got combined.
What'd you get?
I like just like
Did you get like a box of
stickers.
swag?
Yeah, like a box of swag. Yeah, like a box of
Like,
swag.
oh wait, did you open it in class?
Yeah, we all opened in class. Yeah,
How
we
big
all,
was the box you got?
I mean, it was Home Alone, Lost in New York, when he went to that toy store.
The greatest toy store ever.
The greatest toy store.
Yeah.
It was like epically big.
That's when I think of
It was
like
like 4 feet tall.
when someone
it was
tells
like 4
me
feet
like
tall.
that's the greatest toy store, like what's the mythical toy store for you? That it's that from that movie. So that's a good example.
Yeah, it was. It had that type of monstrous size, and
That's awesome. What
you
was
had
in
to-
it?
Just stuffed animals, stickers, a license plate.
You got like a cult stuffed animal, like
They sent me every banner, a foam finger, you name it. They sent
this is the best day at school for Keith. He's just sitting there like, oh, what's
So-
up, Brendan? What did you get? A letter? Haha! I have a plushie. This is an entire team picture. Oh, this is a helmet. Game warm. Look, there's turf on it. I'm gonna throw some at you. You suck.
So
That's how I would be. I'm sorry. You're probably much more humble. I'm such a. If that was me, I would have been making so.
She actually made me share it with some of the kids in the class that didn't get anything or didn't get much.
No, fuck that. You wrote the letter. You did the work.
It was it was a different time.
You like happy about it at the time? Were you like
No, I was feeling stingy and I wanted it all for me. I was like, well, their letters weren't as good as mine. I mean, I was like, here I am. I wrote a 5-star.
So, but what so you also wrote to the Boston Celtics.
Yes, also wrote to the Boston. It wasn't that they sent me back so much shit. It's just that they were good, and I followed it like the Colts.
So you just got into the Boston Celtics as you started following them because of
the season, right?
That's true. Boston Celtics were the shit for a while.
96, they drafted Paul Pierce. It was the two-headed dragon. Him and Antoine Walker. I mean, there was a lot going on. You know what I mean?
That's amazing. So you
Beantown
literally
was
can be
booming.
like, I've been a fan since I was a kid. When everybody's like, why the fuck?
Yes, and I
It's
also
a legitimate story.
And then how I became a Mets fan was I played baseball my whole life, but I moved into an all-white neighborhood where most of my neighbors were pretty racist.
Like how racist?
Like-
Casually racist or like visibly
No,
racist?
like on my sister's first day to school, like the person at the end of the street, just like their kids yelled at the window, "Hey, nigger, nigger, nigger!" Yeah, it was pretty wild. And then my
So this is like an old West town, literally?
no, this is I don't want to. It's changed now, but this is not that far away
It's the
from where we are
90s,
right
ladies
now.
and gentlemen. It's the 90s.
Yeah, it was the 90s. It was a different time. It was
a different time.
Yeah. So, but I remember my sister came home crying.
Jesus.
My uncle and my cousin went over there and had I guess they brought them some type of gift basket or there was
Wait,
some type
so
of
they
pleasantry.
over to the neighbors that yelled at your sister?
Let me finish. So there was some type of pleasantries exchanged, and I don't know. They apologized to her the next day, and they never said another racist thing ever again.
Suddenly, I understand this story.
Yes, there was some type of. I guess there was
Pleasantries
some
exchanged.
hands of shaking and.
My father said they had tea, and then
But all I know is they apologized the next day.
I'm really
and,
happy that they were able to talk and
it's just-
really get those words in.
When white people and black people come together as one,
Yeah.
it's amazing what we can do.
I'm glad. Did they educate them a lot?
Supposedly, it was like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It was. They went over there. There was some tea was had, a crumpet or two, and they broke bread. And everybody was like, "Hey, this is silly. Why are we at ends? Why are we being racist to this little black girl?" And I don't know.
I'm glad. I really am.
It was just everybody just came to their senses. It was pretty wild. That's how I was told. That's what I was.
That's the story I stick to.
That's the story that I was told. So
I got to look right in the camera and say that.
it was just a peaceful.
Peaceful.
Everybody just got together and worked together, and two wrongs didn't make a right that day. Two wrongs did not make a right that day. Good prevailed.
Good prevailed.
Good prevailed.
Good definitely prevailed.
With that said, so the Celtics lost. That means the Heat prevailed.
How do you feel about the Heat?
The Heat have never done anything to me, but I just dislike them
They're
because
against the Celtics.
they've now taken an opportunity away from the Celtics. But saying the Celtics are going to beat the Lakers anyway, very far-fetched. So I don't like the Lakers either. Fuck the Lakers. That happened. The Jets and the Giants are equally just...
Oh, terrible.
I just want to look into the
I have a lot
camera
to say
when
about. I will
this.
also look into the camera when I do this.
They are garbaggio.
They're the worst. They
Just
give you hope and take it
street
away.
Filth. I've never seen so much. Just
Hot garbage. It's hot garbage.
I say it's cold. It's
not
cold
even
garbage.
fun to throw. You can't even
It's
pick it up and throw it. A homeless person wouldn't eat this garbage.
steaming pile of shit.
I don't. I understand, but at the same time, I don't understand.
It's like Jets fans, go back to your shanties.
And it's like Giants fans, go back to the woods, build a house, and don't even bother anybody anymore.
no more of this rah crap. It's over.
Yeah, no more Big Blue.
The Jets lost to a team called the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, I think you know. Did you get a box of swag from them as a kid?
Were they in Baltimore? No, they weren't in there.
They weren't the Baltimore. No, they haven't been Baltimore.
No, they weren't in the West at the time because Harbaugh was the quarterback. The Colts beat the Jets 36-7, and then
36-7. I can't believe they trounced on them that fucking hard.
the Giants lost 36-9. So kissing cousins. I mean,
At least we equally suck. At least we can't yell at each other.
They were like, we only gave up 36. How much did you give up? 36. They're like, all right.
All right, you want a beer?
We're hanging out. We're chilling.
We're hanging out. Nah, yeah, you want wings? Yeah, let's get appetizers and hang out.
We're
for a
moving.
little
We're
bit.
cooling. We're grooving. Let's see what else here.
What else happened?
The Yankees clinched the playoffs. They actually played at night. They're playing the Cleveland Indians. Please, Indians beat the Yankees. I hate the Yankees with a fucking passion.
I understand
really do.
why.
I really have. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm a Yankee fan. I don't really hate the Mets." It's like, yeah, that's like, it's like no one who has. If you're the oldest brother and you're phenomenal at everything, you don't hate your 4 younger brothers who suck. Like, for what? Like, why would you be jealous of them? Like, you have 18 champions. You have 26 championships. I'm sorry, the Celtics have 70.
Yeah.
You have 26 championships. The other one has 2.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever be mad at them? I mean, for what? Like, what could they have done to you? There's no leg to stand on to be mad.
No, it really is. I always say that.
Until this day, like I said, I told you, I think last time, it's just, I wish we had a juiced in 2000. I wish we had been on the sauce in 2000. We would have won that.
Talk about this all the time.
We would have won that World Series.
You probably would have been.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. The Yankees clinch the playoffs again. As long as the bats stay alive, they'll probably win. Sad to say, they probably have. I mean, the Dodgers have the best.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if they lost this game.
Yeah, the Dodgers have the best chance at winning. They just never actually pull through. Let's see here. You watch UFC? Israel beat Polo. That was
I didn't get to
lovely.
watch. I wanted to.
Oh,
I
God,
watched it.
lovely.
Was it good? I didn't watch.
Oh
the
yeah, he
actual
was
fight.
talking
I read
so
about
much shit too, and Israel beat the shit out of that motherfucker.
Oh,
Ooh,
how
it felt
bad!
good.
I didn't watch any of the replays.
Oh, he
from
beat the brakes off. Oh
it.
God.
Beat that.
Yeah, I love
How many
that.
rounds? What happened?
He knocked him out in, I believe, the second round, like 3:15 into the second round. He just got on top of him and just started just beating the shit out of him. Yeah.
Was he talking a lot of shit before the fight?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you're a white belt in this and that. You're too skinny." Blah 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 blah. And then he was like, "Hey, all that in the bag of chips and I whoop your ass."
I love karma fights. Karma fights are the best.
Yeah. See what else I saw? Oh, so Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
bought a NASCAR team. Did you see that?
Yeah, I also said apparently this is something he's been trying to do for a long time.
Yes. Well, he picked a great time to do it now because of the racial divide, this and the other thing.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
The first driver he signed was Bubba Wallace. I'm sorry, Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace, which is the only black driver in NASCAR, right?
I believe
At least
there
the
is
main
one.
and
Well,
not-
he's in the main. Yeah, I believe
He's not the only black driver in the history of driving racing cars. I know I think he's the only
you
one in NASCAR.
racist fuck.
Once again, with this Sean Hannity shit, the catcher racist. I'm on here again, like we didn't get him on the last episode. He's going to ask like 5 questions after this. So what do you think?
So everybody's like, "Oh, MJ doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to waste money." I'm like, he has all of the money. Like there is no wasting money. He has all of the monies.
He's Michael Jordan. He's got.
There's no wasting money. He can't waste.
People
there's no
thought
waste.
he was wasting money, and he wasn't wasting money. That's how rich Michael Jordan is. They were like, he has a gambling problem. He goes, "Oh, this," and he throws $1 bazillion and then says, "I have a T-shirt. I have a shoe empire." You kidding me? I'm doing this because it's fun to me. I'm not losing anything.
It's crazy. And then, so as that's happening,
Bouncing through the world, conquering things
yeah,
like a titan.
I hope he succeeds. So I hope he's just
the greatest psychopath in the history of the world.
like you got to want to win. You got to want to win.
Yeah, he always wants to win.
Willed it.
Yeah, willed it.
Punch Kerr in his face to let him know. I
punched-
want to win, motherfucker.
Bitched out Isaiah Washington.
Yeah.
No, Isaiah Thomas. I'm sorry. Why did I do that?
No, he also who did he?
Bitched out Isaiah.
Yeah.
He bitched him out in ways, made this man's, and then they showed him Isaiah the video of him bitching him out.
Couldn't even play in an Olympic team. It was like he's like, he won't play if I play.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm God here. You didn't know that?
That power. Ooh.
It's tantalizing, right? Don't you want that power a little bit?
That's
I don't like this motherfucker.
that's Trump-like power.
A little bit. But it worked out for Michael Jordan. It's not working out for Trump.
Unless he wins again.
He might.
We'll see after these debates tonight. What else we got here? What got swept underneath the rug? So the charges against Kraft, they're getting dropped.
All of them.
Magically. They're just, they're nothing's happening with those anymore.
So we don't, this is old news now. This is old shit.
This happened 2 days ago, and they're just like, it was like all charges against Kraft are being dropped. It was like,
What were the charges again exactly?
well, they called it like he aided and abetted in human trafficking because he let Asian sex workers give him a tug.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was I remember he got the tug job.
Yeah, he's a 100-year-old man. He needs a tug every now and again to get the juices flowing.
Here's what happened. He went to a place probably called something like Madame Kamei's.
I think it was called Rising Sun over the koi fish garden.
Yeah, it was probably like, I'll say this. I'm not for human trafficking at all in any way.
Who's for human trafficking? You got to be a real low fuck to be for human trafficking.
There's a lot of low fucks out there that are probably like, I love human trafficking. Like, don't take a soundbite of that.
Like, I can see how you can traffic a human.
Yeah, like low fucks exist that are like, this is my favorite thing.
I figure if a tiger costs $5,000.
Haven't you ever seen Blazing Saddles when they say, what are your qualifications? Rape, murder, arson, and rape? You said rape twice. I like rape. Come on, man. These people.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. But
sorry.
Speaking of trafficking, Joe Montana stopped his grandchild from getting kidnapped. Him and his wife.
Yeah, I
stopped his
saw.
grandchild from getting kidnapped from their own home.
What happened with this? I saw the headline.
They said burglar / kidnapper. So I guess he was.
So Broadway Joe stepped out one more time.
I was like, are you including the stealing of a child with burglary? Is that classified under burglary? Stealing a child?
That's kidnapping.
It's just kidnapping. But they were
just
like
kidnapping.
But you don't steal a necklace and a kid.
Was the intent to ransom the child of Joe? I mean, if they knew, I could see them being like, that's Joe Montana. If a criminal is a criminal, they're going to be like, that's Joe Montana's kid. In my criminal mind, I'm going to be like, I'm going to kidnap that kid and ransom him to get him to give me all my Super Bowl rings or some shit.
Yeah, that I didn't understand. But listen,
They weren't charged with kidnapping?
Yes, they were. They charged with kidnapping
okay.
and burglary.
So,
yeah.
but what? How did he stop him? Did he like throw footballs at him? I don't know. Like what happened?
They were very shaded in the details. They just said him and his wife stopped him. So it must have just been a, hey, Holt, cease. I mean, Joe's old there, but it would just might have been a, just they caught him in the act and he just froze up and was like, I'm caught. And
Could you imagine
let it
if
go.
it was like a real like?
Yeah. Hold on.
We taking a break?
Yeah, we got to take a break.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll sum this up on the way after the break. I got a new ad coming up, so we're gonna do the ads, and we'll see you on the way back from the break. All right. Hey, gang, and we're back again. This is just a small little PSA I wanted to let everybody know. There's a rumor going around the black community that we only like our steaks done well. I want to let you know right here and now that's not true, because I like mine bloody. I like my steak jumping around the plate a little bit, a little wiggle for daddy. So next time you're with a black guy and you want to order for him and you think he's at your house and you're cooking a couple of steaks, you're like, hey, I'll make this one a little bit more done for him. No, why don't you ask him to see what he wants? I'm pretty sure he's gonna want that thing a little bloody. We're at least medium rare people now. So that's my PSA about stereotyping black people for liking their steak well done. Thank you. Over and out. It's the calm before the storm. Sometimes when I creep into your bedroom at night, it's just me and my friends, the gargoyles. We come here to take you, your little kids, turn them into candy. Because that's what gargoyles do. Makes me feel righteous. Gargoyles.
That show ruled.
Oh, yep.
wait. Were you in like a place there for a second?
No, it was cool. It's fine. It's good.
It was a good show.
Yeah, Gargoyles was an awesome show. I loved it.
Keith David.
Yes,
Keith David.
big Gargoyles fan. Oh man. So we were finishing up talking about Joe Biden kidnapping. They didn't release too many.
Joe Biden kidnapping?
Wow. Joe Montana.
Dude, someone's going to use this against him in the debate tonight if they hear this.
Definitely meant to say Joe Montana kidnapping. So he tried to kidnap their grandchild, and his wife, and him and his wife stopped him. So that was, pretty courageous. But you're Joe Montana. You're fearless anyway. Unless somebody come on your property and steal your grandkid.
Like what? Like, did they decide mid-heist to be like, we should take the kid too? Like, where does, like, they had to be in, they're in the house.
You might not know whose house you're in until you're in there, and then you're like, shit.
But then you're like, oh my God, we're in Joe Montana's house. I've got an idea. Instead of leaving, let's take the kid. Is that a good idea? Oh, Earl, I'm on your side.
What about if you don't care about Joe Montana?
Oh, yeah, like, what? Oh, man, imagine if they were like a bunch of Eagles fans or some shit.
It could have been. Never know.
Was it you?
No.
Keith is not an Eagles fan, but I know he's not a Joe Montana fan.
Yeah, that plus a lot of other crazy shit is happening. Actually, I'm writing it. Melissa Milano is a big. She was a big.
Oh no.
Defund the cops. She was a big.
Is she related to Alyssa Milano?
What did I say? Melissa Milano? Is that what I said? Alyssa Milano. Yeah, Alyssa Milano. Yeah.
From Charmed.
Yes, from Charmed.
Okay,
yeah,
just so we.
Correct. I totally screwed that up.
I love you.
Yeah, so she's a big defund the cops, this and the other thing. So there was a kid in her neighborhood who was shooting a squirrel with an airsoft gun.
Like, I had those as a kid.
Yeah, and she called the cops on him.
Oh, my God.
So
That doesn't surprise me, though.
But
because, like, it's just...
to me, you can't really do that then. If you're going to be that way, then you can't call the cops then.
No, I agree. It doesn't surprise me that she did that, though.
Like, yeah, right. It doesn't surprise me that she did it. Right, yeah.
I'm saying I agree.
Yeah, we're in agreement there, yeah.
I'm agreeing with you because, like, obviously a woman like that is going to...
Because she was doing it for TV anyway. She was doing it for TV anyway.
Yeah. She was. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's my hope. But, like, also, like, yeah, look at her. Was she the one that was in the cult, or was that the girl from King of Queens? That was a girl from King of Queens. Never mind.
I'm not sure if she was in King of Queens.
No. That was a different girl. That was absolutely a different girl because she did the. Isn't her name like Remy, something like that?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Ronan, look that up. No,
Ronan looked that up.
Remy Ma. Shut up. That's why you're behind the camera. No.
Yeah, so I mean, so she pretty much made an ass of herself, and the cops made it a big deal to put that out there that the kid did have an airsoft gun, and that she was the one that called the
like
cops.
a Desert Eagle one though. Was it like a big? What, have you ever seen those airsoft guns? Some of them look.
They
fucking
did
real,
not
they
show
do.
a picture of it. And I guess because it was a kid that didn't want to like make. I mean,
I get it. Yeah.
It's not a-
At the same time, you have to
not
like
criminal.
use, but also like if he's holding an AK-47 and it's like an 8-year-old, use your common sense. Be like, how this seems. Let me just ask. Hey, is that real? I mean, I'm sure he'll be like, no, it's he's only cocking it one at a time. It's not a real AK-47.
right? It should have just been, hey, cut it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell your mom, hey, cut it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come down there.
Did she think it was a real gun, or was she calling the cops on him because she knew it was an airsoft gun?
She could have just been being hysterical and
It's all
like,
dumb
oh my
either
god,
way.
I think he had on a hoodie.
I don't think she really. Yeah.
I think he had a very Trayvon Martin vibe.
Oh
so
God.
I was watching a couple of videos online, and did you see the one of the 6-year-old football player who just trucks every other football player? That was
What does he do?
So it's all 6-year-olds, right? He's a running back.
Okay.
They hand him the ball, and he just makes the other. I mean, he might be a foot
He
taller
just
than everybody
runs
else.
Like
And
how?
he's
Wait, how old is this kid?
6.
How
So,
big is he?
Like
how? Give me measurements, man.
a little bit about. Well, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
I'll say he's 5'1".
What? Like
6
8, right?
He's like 6.
6?
Yeah, he's 6. He's like four. Like everybody else is like 3 feet tall. He's like close to 5.
Does he have like some sort of mongoloid disorder? Or
No,
something?
he's fast and he's like a LeBron.
He's like a LeBron.
He's like a LeBron. Out
Oh,
there.
so he's not like a misshapen.
no. He was athletically.
But
taking
he's
them
like
apart.
a foot taller than these kids.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Why does he have to truck through him? Couldn't he step over him?
Nah, you got to truck through him. You can't. You make Daddy proud.
So wait,
You
how,
know,
like, but how,
damn that.
I
Yeah,
understand
son,
that.
run him over. Don't do that. Damn that. You run him over. Don't tango through them.
I used
Run
to
him
do
over.
that. That's why I played center in basketball because my dad liked when I knocked kids down real hard.
You played center in what ski
Basketball.
for an organization?
Yeah, the PAL.
Oh, this is 4 and 5-year-olds.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
this was no, dude. This was like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds.
You went to I forgot you were in a very lily white area, so I understand how you could be the center there.
I'm not gonna make a joke about that. You're absolutely right.
There's no joke to be made. I was telling you.
I was the
true
tallest
facts.
kid I was the tallest kid in the grade.
I understand that.
You don't think I'm?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm in full
Just
agreement
saying,
with
if
you.
I was coach, that's not the fucking position you would play.
I would have find some black kid from down the street and have him play the position like he should.
Joke's on you. There are only Mexicans down there.
There's an athletic Mexican in the bunch.
There is, but they all
Yeah.
played soccer when I was in high school.
Oh, very true.
We actually had a lot of Spanish kids in high school.
I was looking at new movies coming out. Fast and Furious 9.
Is this the moon one?
They're in space.
They're going to space,
They're
right?
going to
Finally.
space. They're finally in space. I was thinking about this too. Do you realize that Vin Diesel and what's the transporter's name that's in the movie? with him?
Jason Statham.
They might be the two most overpowered super heroes I've ever seen in my life. Think
Definitely
about
Vin
what they've been
Diesel.
through, and then they just walk away at the end. Think about what happened in the last Fast and Furious. They fought a bionic man, and
We also
Idris
have
Elba.
to remember that they were no. That wasn't even fat. That was just Jason Statham. That was just Jason Statham and The Rock taking down bionic Idris Elba.
No, but he would put like when he would Idris Elba would punch a car over.
Yeah.
But he fist fought them, punched them in their face. They traded like, hey, you get punched in the face, and then I'll hit him, and then
No,
I'll
he
get
like
punched in the
kicked him
face.
like Jason Statham like uppercutted him and like roundhouse.
No, I'm talking about the hits they took.
Oh yeah, they basically like their spine should have been broken.
They should have died every hit that
He's like Black Superman, right? Didn't he say that in the
Right,
movie? Yeah,
yes.
I'm Black Superman.
Yes, so and they managed not to get touched. They didn't bleed. They were not bleeding. They walked
were a little
away.
bit- They were doing like action guy bleeding, where it's like sexy bleeding.
I mean, they walked away without. I mean, they were joking and laughing afterwards. They weren't like, "Let's go to a hospital."
No.
like they were
No,
able
they're
to
too
talk
bad-
to each other.
But isn't that cool though? Man, that's the return to like the badass action hero that walks away from everything.
No, but think about all the things that Toretto has been through.
Oh,
Like,
Toretto's been through far worse.
and then look at The Rock once he stepped in. Hobbs, like they're the most like nothing has ever really happened to them. Like I mean, Die Hard.
No, didn't Hobbs
Arnold
end up in the
Schwarz-
hospital for like an entire movie?
No. Which one?
The first one with Jason Statham, because Jason Statham, I remember this. Jason Statham was the one that takes him out at the beginning of the movie and hospitalizes his ass. Then he comes back at the end, he rips the cast off his arm and has a minigun.
Yeah, that was the last time he felt real pain. And then for 7 other movies, he's managed
I'm
to
saying, like, that was
walk
the
around gingerly after every fight.
And that was it. He was a broken arm out of everything.
I mean, Schwarzenegger took more damage than The Rock has
What are you
during
talking
the
about?
Fast and Furious franchise.
Commando. He takes not a hit in Commando. He takes down an army.
No, when he knife fights the heavyset guy at the end of Commando for his daughter,
The guy who looks like fat Freddie Mercury.
which was a bad villain. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
a bad villain.
I never liked-
he was fat. So you mean to tell me you blew the
I
whole
don't need
arm?
a fucking knife to kill you, Matrix. I don't need a fucking knife. I'm gonna kill you. But he's like the most. Like, it's not like, I don't mean this as a slight, but I don't think they knew how homoerotic it came off. Like, it is a beautiful gay love story about this man.
Oh,
that-
it was very wildly gay.
Yeah, and I don't mean that as a negative thing, but like, I don't think they realized what they were making at the time. It's like how people look at Top Gun now. They're like, come on, man, you had to know what you were doing at the time.
It just.
These guys are clearly in love.
But in the 80s, that was different. It was once again. I feel like that's going to be my catchphrase. It was a different time.
Was it underlying?
I mean, you
The
were supposed
underlying gay
to. That was
agenda?
that was. I mean, Predator. You know, he fought the Predator.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and made it.
That's probably the only movie where he gets fucked up.
right. And it was like that was realistic, kind of.
Because he actually does get the shit kicked out of him in that. Like, he gets tossed around and shit. And then he blows him. And then he actually doesn't even beat the thing. It blows itself up. So technically, that's the only one where Schwarzenegger loses.
And it's just like I'm tired of like these indestructible guys.
True.
Like you gotta take more damage, or it can't be so.
Rambo got fucked up. Stallone always got fucked up. I'll say that. He was always like cut to shit. That was part of the character of Rambo. He was always like within an inch of dying before he picks up the M60 and then goes ham.
Stallone was very good at that.
Yeah.
Stallone was very good at that.
Rocky was always fucked up. Oh, took the hits.
Cobra.
Cobra.
See that bad
Was
guy in
that the-
Cobra? The bad guy in Cobra, that was a good bad guy.
Was Cobra the one? Because didn't
He had
Stallone?
the giant knife with the spikes on it.
Yes, that was a bit. They should have had that
would kill
guy
the girls? Yeah.
in Commando. That's
Ooh.
who Schwarzenegger should have fought. Man, how you gonna go from fighting an alien being to like you're gonna wait? Was that before or after Predator? Predator was like 80. Yo, Ronan, look
That was
this up.
real early. Predator was real early.
Predator was
it's earlier than
83,
I used
I
to
think.
think it was. Yeah, it's earlier than I used
I
to
love
think it
that
was.
movie. The movie's
Yeah.
amazing. Bill Duke's one of my favorite fucking characters, and he's always shaving in the movie. He's best friends with Jesse Ventura.
I've said this before. The most.
When did it come out?
When was it?
It was 87, but when did Commando come out? Yeah.
Because he was young in
I
Commando.
think Commando
He
was
He
83.
was real young in Commando.
So yeah, because they make a big point. I was watching some documentary on it, and they make a big point about like Predator was the first time that Schwarzenegger was actually scared of something. Like he made a decade of movies where he was scared of nothing. Where is it? 85.
Yeah,
So
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
so Commando was first.
His acting got a little bit
But I
better.
understand where you're coming from. You want your action heroes to take the hits, man. You want them to earn it.
No, but the most useless story that they just ruined throughout the years.
What's that?
Rambo. Like you
Oh
remember
man, that
and,
last
like,
one was rough.
So I want to ask you this question. I've asked a few people this question. Who do you blame for how that turned out at the beginning of the movie? Do you blame Rambo or do you blame the police officer?
In the last Rambo movie, the
first one.
The first one.
In the first Rambo, when he's walking through town, the officer starts. So that whole interaction, he was like, I'm just
Getting on some touchy ground right now, Keith. I don't know if it went.
whose fault is it for the way things turned out?
I think. All right, I'll give you. You want like a real answer to this?
Yeah, a real answer.
I'll give you a real answer.
Yeah.
I'll give you a real answer. In it, it's a point of pride for him, but at the same time, it's one of those things. Had he just walked away, you do make the point of being like, because he drop him at the end of town, right? Doesn't he drop him?
Okay,
like,
listen.
what's his
All right,
name?
so let me give you the scenario. So he drops him off at the end of town. He said the next town is, I think he says 13 miles up ahead. It starts pouring raining as he drops him off. It starts pouring raining.
Yeah.
And as he tells him the next town is 13 miles ahead.
Yeah.
So
I'm not done yet. I'm not done with my
so
point.
so this is where he dropped it. So he dropped him off at a bridge
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere. And the next time you're going to see people is 13 miles in a pouring rain.
I'm not done with these.
and it's dark.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, go ahead.
Is because everybody always gives their arguments like he could have just walked away, and I was just like, yeah, to where? Where was he going to go? Like
There's nowhere to go. He
the
had
man
to go back
felt
in that town.
disrespected, And he said, like, I don't think his intention was to come back and blow the whole town up. I think it eventually got there.
You can only push a man so far.
Oh, man, that poster's so awesome. That's one of my favorite movie posters of all time.
And Joe, don't forget,
Yeah.
they drew First Blood.
Oh, man, my favorite is the second one when he goes, Murdoch, when I get out of here, I'm coming for you. Or whatever the fuck he does. And he gets all scared.
The most useless sympathizer ever, Colonel Troutman.
Yeah, he just kind of comes in and says, I trained him to do this. Sorry.
It's like we made a killer machine.
Yeah, really, Rambo shows everything wrong with the military because even though everybody's like, that whole speech at the end, there's some validity. He's like, I used to drive tanks and blow people up, and now I can't get a job back at Guzzlers.
Troutman,
And then Troutman shows up, he's like, yeah, we did all this.
Troutman made out during the whole thing, and he made like a killing machine. He was
Yo,
like-
didn't he? He never fell from grace. He never showed up and it was just like, oh, I don't know, what do you get? Defrocked as a colonel? That's like, I lost my stars. No, he's always like, I've been promoted again, actually. I'm going to use you again to get another promotion.
He just rode Rambo's shoulders through 4 movies.
3. He was only
Three-
in the first
three
3.
movies, yeah, 3
Yeah.
movies.
The fourth one, which I actually like that movie because it just makes wildly more sense than the last one.
But like old movies like that didn't make sense
It
anyway.
didn't have
Like
to make sense, though. You had barely anything of a plot.
I remember, like I used to watch a lot of westerns, and
too.
Clint Eastwood. Like it took me a while to realize this, but Clint Eastwood would always he was the good guy / bad guy.
It was the anti-hero.
Yeah, and so what he would do sometimes is, I want to say this is in maybe 3 or 4 movies, some girl would be mouthing off to him, lipping him around. He would smack her around, push her into maybe a barn or into a vacant room where other people would hear him
Is that
rape
Fistful
her.
of Dollars? I think that is. Yeah.
That's in, but there's in a couple more though also, and.
And that was it.
No, in a town, the man with no name, he did it also. He fucked the chick in
The
the
man
barn.
with no name is
Clint Eastwood.
yeah, Clint Eastwood, but it's Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Those are the Man with No Name movies. There's no movie called The Man with No Name.
Yeah, it is. I believe.
Is it called, look up a movie called The Man with... Yo, Ronan, look this up.
Yeah, The Man with No Name is a movie with Clint Eastwood. It's where because he goes back to his town Lago, where his father was the sheriff.
High Plains Drifter? Dude, I've watched a lot of these movies too. I'm just trying to remember. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to figure out. Look up a movie called The Man with No Name. It stars Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I've not seen this. I'm
Yes,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ever dealt my yes, A Man with No Name.
No. That is a character. I'm
No,
sorry.
that is a
I just talked to
character.
my-
No, but
No, look up. Go on IMDb and look up a movie.
The Man with No Name.
No. That is a character.
See here.
Look up a movie. That is not a movie. That is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, they don't list it as.
Go on IMDb. What kind of research assistant are you? It's right there.
This is useless information anyway. No one wants
Yeah,
to know
come
this.
on,
But,
man. We gave you a
but,
chance.
But like I said,
He's
regardless
just
of the
fired
fact,
you.
he would rape, and it was
Oh,
like
yeah, I get your
no one made a big stink about it. I was like, wow, the amount of raping that Clint Eastwood did in movies that nobody ever like there was no Me Too for we just let all that happen.
Yeah, it was the way
Everybody
the
let
West-
that happen, and he would, and then she at the end of the movie she would be like, please don't go. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, she was
please
in love with him.
stay."
She had, what was it? Stockholm syndrome. What is it called?
Isn't that when you identify with your
Yeah, with your captor.
Yeah.
She's in love with. That's the way. There's a lot of rape in Western films. There's a lot of that. That was just the thing. Remember we talked about it last time. Remember all the things that Ruth Gator Ginsburg started doing back in the West because she was 3,000 years old.
That's
It
like,
started there.
yeah, it's just like Biden was a senator in '73. I'm pretty sure that he has said some racist things in his lifetime before. I've seen some of them. I'll put them out once it gets a little closer. I'll put
Some of the racist things he said about segregation?
Oh yeah, yes, he said a few
know.
racist things about segregation.
say a
That
few racist
he was like, "Come on, I don't want these animals with my kids." You know,
Oh my
it's-
God.
I was like, "Oh Joe, oh sleepy Joe."
But he did do that cameo at the end of Endgame, so that was nice of him.
Yes, that was very nice. So,
I swear.
what else, anything else in entertainment? The TV show. Did you ever see The Boys? The anti-hero show.
Yeah,
The Boys.
I read the
Love
comic.
it.
Yeah, I read the comic.
Yeah,
when it
the
was out.
second season of that is coming out. Can't wait.
Oh, it's already out, dude.
Yeah, well, it's 3 episodes, or then maybe
No,
6
dude,
now.
this is a
Maybe,
bunch out. This is like 6 out now.
yeah, maybe 6 out now.
Because they released
I
3. They did that thing where
3
they
at a
released.
time. Yeah.
Sorry, they did that thing where they released 3, and then after It's weird logic how they release shit. I mean, I'm perfectly okay with it being one episode a week because I grew up like
I'd rather it be that. Yeah,
I'm
rather.
okay with that because then afterwards, you know what it was? I was always more pissed off about is that when it was done when I was a kid, I could never rewatch it immediately.
Right.
Now you can, so just wait, motherfuckers. Like, what is? We live in a two-budget. Like, I
A
don't
lot
mean
of
to be
spoilers and stuff out there, especially if you follow any of the pages online and stuff like that. They're always trying to explain to you what happened the last episode. So if you follow any of the sites of it, they'll spoil it for you.
See, I did. I like read the comic and everything. So it's just for me. It's just like I'm just kind of watching to see how they adapted it. But yeah, I know what you mean.
And the the second season of The Mandalorian. I don't know if we talked about that last time.
Dude, I love that show. That
Yeah,
show,
The Mandalorian's coming out. Yeah, I like that also.
dude, that show is dope. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I don't hate Star Wars. I don't like hate on it. I get it. I got my own fucking you know what I say? Like, let your freak flag fly, man. Whatever you fucking like, dude. I really am.
I hate that the last time I cried was like a couple nights ago when I watched The Challenger.
Oh God, did you watch that?
Jesus,
That is-
they made they have the family watching. It
was really sad.
I was like,
NASA's
the
to
one
blame
dude,
for a lot of that shit.
yeah, all to blame.
Like, I'm not saying abolish the space program or anything like that, but at that
geez.
time, holy shit, they were like, "Did you test this?" Nah.
And then the message comes through. There's been a problem.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's-
they're like, huh?
Yeah, and you know what? You can sit there. I don't care how hard of a man or woman you think you are. You will. There is some testimonial, like the family stuff. That's what got me.
That one guy cried the whole entire time. Like he was so sorry. Like he was
Yeah.
he feels like that.
They blew up on national television.
You know, it was just like I can't watch the one guy cry the whole damn thing.
You're welling up right now thinking about it.
It was like, damn, bro. It was
Yeah,
like,
that was a hard document. I watched that, and it was one of those ones where I was like, I didn't think this was going to be as harsh as it came.
Yeah,
I thought
like-
it was going to be more shocking. Like,
because the way they show the family is so
So
like
sad.
it's just like, damn, you just watched your loved one like.
yeah, blow up.
I didn't even realize it was. I like those documentaries like that, those shows like that, where you could go back and like because. You know, people remember TWA, Flight 800,
TWA, yeah.
but they don't remember exactly. Like I was of an age where I remember that shit happening, and it was just like that was bananas.
That was
around here.
bananas.
They had like every doctor
That
from
was bananas.
They had every doctor from everywhere coming to this was. This is small town shit that was happening around here.
Yeah,
and
but it
that
was a big deal.
Yeah, that was crazy. The feds were around here. That was crazy.
Oh, that's right, man. Everybody was like, the FBI's around on Long Island. I'm like, what? I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy, but at least it's a cool story to tell, you know. How'd your mother die in a blaze of glory?
I don't know if that's how they'd word it.
I am going to get so much hate mail from this show. I can't wait.
I hope so.
I
hope so, 'cause
I
you're
knew
a
it.
bad-
He's just,
Because you're a bad person.
I'm not a bad person, man.
What was I gonna say? What? Just to say.
No, he's laughing at the fact that I'm a bad person. That's
what else did I have to say? Damn. There was something else on Netflix.
what else? I watched a lot of Netflix stuff.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Netflix shit too.
I love
It was,
Netflix. I like Netflix the way Mike
Challenger,
Tyson likes Netflix.
I started watching Ancient Aliens. Not my thing.
Again?
Not my thing. Well, new episodes came out.
See, I feel like
not my thing.
I can only watch Ancient Aliens when I'm balls high. Like it is such a high, like it's at this point it's high concept art, right? Like because your whole shtick is that the aliens came and influenced the fucking pyramids, like they had influence in everything, right? And there's like enough there for you to hang on to something. It probably happened. I'm one of mine to think that people definitely came down here and at least fucked at least one alien. Not in a Scientology way, but like there's not enough stories about having sex with aliens. There's a lot of porn about it though. But I'm rambling.
No, there's always the women.
But that's my point.
There's always the women that look like they would have been a part of Manson's cult that tell you that they got fucked by an alien.
Yeah, but
and
the
it's
people
like,
that report on the ancient alien
not
thing,
credible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The people that reported, it's like that
A
down
kook.
there.
A kook. Yeah.
It's like dispart, like anything that says UFOologist. I'm like, there's no school for that, dude. Like it's you went online and you filled out a form and you got a fucking passport in the mail
Because
like,
it'll say worked at NASA.
Yeah.
And then it's like, for 3 days until you failed the psych
yeah,
exam.
exactly. Like when
and now
it takes
you've
a
been
day to look into these people's backgrounds
Yeah.
and be like, and I'm not one of those people that doesn't believe in space like an idiot or the moon is it's dumb. The Earth is round. You're all stupid. I'm sorry. I just have to say that the Earth is round. You're all fucking stupid.
You're not looking at it from the right lunar plane.
I don't fucking care. What's that guy's name? B.O.B. or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm gonna send a fucking thing into space. Fuck you. You're gonna find out it's round. You moron. Everybody's dumb.
I don't see how Elon Musk could just
Does he
go
think
into
it's-
space. Like
He's
you don't
a-
need a license. You don't need a like. How do you?
Dude,
Like,
you need a
if-
license for fishing, but you don't need one to go into
If
space.
I said that I was making a spaceship, I guarantee you I would not be allowed to go to space. I guarantee you I would not be allowed. Like, how are you
That's
allowed?
probably
to,
true.
Like, what form do you fill out with the DMV?
No,
it's like, I
Elon
need
Musk
a-
is just going to go into space. If Keith Fairfax was like, I am a genius and I've created, like, if he made fusion energy in his, like, he's a fucking, did it like, I don't know, Rick and, like Doc Brown style, right? Like, you just figured it out and you turned a DeLorean into a spaceship. Immediately, he's right. Immediately, they'd be like, well, we should probably check the regulations of this, right? Elon Musk is just going to be like, here's my spaceship. It's named, I don't know, some math problem. What the fuck?
whatever
is
his son's name is. Yeah,
he's
somebody asked him how his son was
It
doing,
makes-
and they said the name, and he was like, "Who?" And he was like, "Oh, my son." It was like that's how much of a shenanigans.
I
that
don't
is.
feel like he spends any time with his kid.
Well, when I look at Grimes, I'm like, that's what you wanted.
Yeah, really. Like, he's a weird looking guy. She's hot as shit.
That
I do. I think she is.
I mean, I think they're a good couple.
I think he looks really weird and like he has a face made of triangles.
I think she looks like someone from.
He looks like when you
was
do
there a Beetlejuice 3?
No, there was never a Beetlejuice 2.
So if pretend there was a Beetlejuice 3 and they had to recast Winona Ryder, she
That's
would play
old Lydia.
She would play the recasted Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice 3 after they already botched 2.
I like old gothy girls, man. They smell like spiders.
I didn't know spiders had a scent.
Yeah, they smell like fear and anticipation.
Yeah, I guess that would be a spider's life. Yeah, I guess if Charlotte's Web has taught me anything, it's,
I'm amazed I could keep going with this too. So, you know. But yeah, no, oh my god. I just took you completely off track. I'm sorry about that. We'll try to
No,
get back
no, no,
around.
it's
What was the
fine.
subject again?
I'm not 100% sure.
See, that's what I mean.
No, just movies on Netflix that I.
Oh, the movies on Netflix that I watch. You had another one that you were trying to bring about though. Like what else? Was it a documentary?
I think it's called Universe.
Which one? Universe. Oh, we talked about. I was saying the challenge. No, we didn't want to talk about the
Yeah,
challenge.
no.
stuff. I
This
don't
one
wanna
was just
cry
called
on air.
Universe, and it looked
Was it like Planet Earth or some shit?
Yeah, it's like the synopsis of it looked good. It's like a shot like Planet Earth,
Do you
but
like that shit?
Universe. I like Our Planet. I like all those. They're very informative, and I just feel like there's no way that you get all those shots naturally.
Yeah, some of the shit they get is crazy.
You know why it's crazy? Because they take an animal from wherever the hell it was behind a bush and prop that motherfucker up in good light and let him and put food and honey at the end of a stick.
So
and
you
let him
think
go
it's
across.
all bullshit?
I think that.
So you're a documentary conspiracy theorist. None of this shit.
I think sometimes you got to get them to move a little quicker than you do, and you're just like,
Yeah, but they have lenses. I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna say right now. They have lenses for this shit, and there's like proven, like I don't know, like there's like crazy footage of
So
people.
you
like,
caught two of the rarest animals in the world fucking
yeah.
in a cave.
Oh yeah.
You caught two of the rarest animals in the world fucking. You caught two snow leopards fucking.
People live in those caves for days. I mean, maybe you're right, but whatever, man.
You know how hard it is
Not
to
all
find
of
a
it.
snow leopard?
I
Just
think some of it, not all of it.
You know how hard it is to find one snow leopard, let alone two? Fucking. Like people don't. It's not.
Only you would sit there. Only you would sit there and be like, I don't buy it.
No, I think they have like goat meat on a thing, and they just like they keep luring them to each other, like and then like they might hope shit works out.
Suppose some pheromone around the
Yeah,
area and be like,
but
oh,
there's
maybe
no
they'll
way.
fuck in this area. Like, all right, he's smelling her pussy. He's smelling her pussy. All right, roll the camera.
We got cameras and satellites everywhere.
Found two snow leopards, and they have just coincidentally started mating in front of us.
Always British guys too. Always.
Oh, David
British guys.
Attenborough, baby.
I was like, they
Welcome
can't
to
get
Jurassic Park, bitch.
And then there's four black guys that don't speak English that they keep high fiving after everything, which I hate. It was like he don't know what you're talking about. These are slaves. Like it just in this country they don't care about it. But stop high fiving the black dudes who just keep smiling And it's just like, I just carry the equipment up and then I carry the shit down.
What's that shit from? Ever seen Get Him to the Greek? Do you know the words to the clap? I don't say shit, man. I just play the drums and make the Africa face.
All right, man. We gotta cut to commercial.
Oh man!
All right, we're gonna do
Discovery
another ad.
Channel employs flit slaves. That's what we got from this segment.
All right, we'll see you after the break, everybody. Hey, gang. Keith again. I just came across a hot tip. Someone told me that if you brush your teeth in the shower, you are indeed garbage. I myself do brush my teeth in the shower, so I guess that makes me a part of that garbage cult. And I also floss in the shower too, and I spit it right down the drain. It's all one motion. So if brushing your teeth in the shower makes you garbage, then call me garbage, okay? Because that's what it is then. I think it's all one move. Why risk getting toothpaste on the window and in the sink when I can just brush my teeth in the motherfucking shower? Why make 3 trips? I'm flossing, I'm brushing, I'm washing, I'm douching, I'm doing everything. Okay? I'm doing it all. And I'll have no more of it. Thank you. And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the high seas. You'll be sailing into a world with me. And don't you worry about it. I'll keep you sound and safe as you come to the high, murky waters with Big Daddy.
Is this the Love Boat?
No, this is
What is this?
instrumental to the Snorts.
The
Snorks? Yeah. the
Wait,
Snorks.
that was the underwater Smurfs, right?
Yes,
They had the
it
little
was,
things on their heads.
It was a direct ripoff.
It was like GoBots and Transformers. They were the GoBots.
Yes, but everybody had ripoffs because there
was.
Biker Mice from Mars, which were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoffs.
I had Biker Mice from Mars. I remember that shit.
Really good action figures.
Yes, I had the greatest action figures. Their boss was a big bad guy that came in like a movable ship, and they had all the bikes. Yeah, I had all that shit.
Yeah, well, great action figure. I love the Snorts.
Dude,
I love
the
Biker Mice from
Snorks.
Mars. I was a big Double Dragons guy.
That was a TV show. That's right.
Yeah.
And
It
he
was a
was-
video game also. I don't know
It was
what
a video
came
game first. It was
Yeah,
definitely a video
yeah.
game first because I remember watching that cartoon. Didn't it end with the fact that his brother was actually a Shadow Master?
Yes, you're
And
right.
you're
right.
like, this isn't Double Dragon. Now it's just Dragon. Like now it's just Dragon. The adventure of this and my stupid
Great
brother.
plot twist.
Great plot twist.
Somebody reminded me the other day at the end of remember the show Dinosaurs?
Yo, yeah. Let's talk about this for a second. This will be fun. That show ends with the apocalypse.
I totally forgot about that.
The
I was just
dinosaurs.
like, I was like, holy shit! Like, what an ending!
But that's how that show has to end. It's kind of like,
But
it's
like, it was a kid show. Well, no, it wasn't a
it
kid
was
show.
like a mid, like
it was
a
a
teenager.
Family Matters type of humor level.
It was like a big sitcom. It ran for like 7 seasons, I think.
Yeah,
So
but
I
the
remember.
fact that that's how that show ended was like, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
it ended
forgot
with the
about that.
comet hitting them, and then like everybody died. That's how the show.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like goodbye.
And you know who they said the boss was, like the character of the boss, who he actually is?
Who is that?
Trump.
That makes sense.
Like they got that character from Donald Trump back in the day.
I mean, that was the rumor. Like you had Sinclair, or whatever the hell his name was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they got that
That's
character.
yeah, Dinosaurs had a weird ending. Ever since Saint Elsewhere, where that kid was shaking that snow globe, everybody's been like, that was a deep reference, but that was the first time I saw a weird
Saint
ending.
Elsewhere, hilarious.
Hey, Denzel started in that shit.
Well, while we're on the topic of the president, in the last few segue.
I don't know how to do transitional material, so here we go.
Segueing. So we'll start off with a hearty pledge of allegiance, and we will let the running candidate take over with just the pledge of allegiance to get us started on our way. So here goes Joe Biden with the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the United States of America, one nation, indivisible, under God, for real,
Huh?
Yeah, that sounds like the remix
What,
of the
what?
Pledge of Allegiance. One nation under God, for
for
real,
real.
for real, for real.
You can't just you can't do your own
I
thing.
think, listen, a lot of people are going to chalk this up to he's on drugs. It's possible. Ronald Reagan was on a lot of drugs, and they let him be president for years. But, like, I think he's really bad at improv. I think he tried to go woke, and it
So-
blew up in his fucking face.
So don't let him improv.
Yeah, I think you
That's
need to
the
start.
issue.
I think you just have to start writing. If you want Joe to win, I think you need to start writing things for him because clearly every time. Didn't he get in trouble for saying that you're not black if you don't vote for him? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, he wilded out. He said some wild shit. Yeah. That was when Joe went flying off the rails once again, wild out, said some wild shit.
What
Yeah.
happened, man? What
listen-
happened? When call Barack and be like,
Hold
"What
on,
are you
what-
doing, dude?"
One more time for the cheap seats.
Oh,
Let me
God.
Let's get another list.
You got to put a beat under
I
this.
pledge allegiance to the United States of America, one nation, indivisible, under God, for real.
For real,
Under God, for real.
for
South
real.
Carolina's gonna
For real.
Like he says it with some fucking gusto. I hand it to him. He comes in like, all right, you believe what you're saying. I don't think you know what you're saying though.
Because tonight during the debates, like Joe is gonna do everything. He's like working at this feverishly. I don't know why that came out so feverishly.
Oh, he's been doing a lot of work.
Meanwhile, they tried to give Trump like debate coaches and stuff. He was like, "That shit out of here. I don't need that shit."
Yeah, he's going. Apparently, he's going in cold, right? He's like, nah. I'm
going
gonna
in
just go.
commando. My guy
Could work
Trumpski
for
is
him.
Going in commando.
Did last time.
It's funny. I always say I always make like Trump is so good at this type of shit. Like this is where he is comical and funny at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it shouldn't be like this is not what the debate should be. They should like
That's the problem.
Because when Kamala and Pence debate, it's going to be more political. They don't
Yeah,
have
it
any.
definitely is.
Yeah, they don't have any personal.
I feel like Kamala might
Yeah,
bitch
they-
slap Pence. Pence just seems scared of like he looks like I have this cat named Frank who like hides under the couch a lot and he's got very wide eyes. That's what Mike Pence looks like when he's giving a press interview.
There's nothing like comparing the vice president of the United States to your cat named Frank. Yeah, I understand how that could be a comparison.
I don't know. He seems like a very scared man all the time.
But Biden just looks old.
Biden looks old, but like
But
Biden
you know what's
looks
funny? I feel like there was a time where he would have been a good president. I honestly do. I
yeah,
feel like there was, but I just feel
95 maybe.
I
Like
just
like
feel
if,
like he's. I mean, personally, you need like a young JFK
that's what everybody keeps saying.
with like, kind of like. It's like we're
That
pushing,
kind of charisma. That's big dick energy. You want to talk about some big dick energy?
we're pushing into, but that was the last president that actually had to do some shit.
Yeah, and they
You know,
shot him for it.
Yeah, right. That was when you. It's like whenever you start, whenever you Malcolm X, Martin Luther, whenever you start actually doing some shit. If you say you do
Yeah.
some shit, it's perfectly fine. But once you start actually doing some
They're
shit,
like,
it will
nah.
kill your ass.
Yeah, like that was kind of everybody's like, why do we have any leaders like that? And I'm like, they shot them all.
Oh boy,
It was kind of an unsung thing. Like it was just like it was scary, man. I don't mean to bring the podcast down, but you're right.
and Marilyn was just in the way.
Oh yeah, they killed that poor white lady.
She was just in the way.
She was hot and talented, and they still killed her.
I don't know how much talent she really had. She was just.
I
Sexy.
think she was really hot, even by
I don't know
today's
whether she had
standards.
talent per
Like,
se.
I get it. I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Size 8 all the way, man.
Yeah, but Trump said I don't need no debate coaches. I can handle Joe without a problem.
That's probably,
And,
but that might be true. Is the problem?
But Joe's gonna have like I guarantee tonight he's gonna have a couple of zingers that you're like, hey Joe, this is how you're gonna this is you.
Oh
say
no,
this,
I think he's gonna
you
nail
know.
him with a couple fucking
Yeah,
like
Trump will bring up Hunter right off the bat. It's like, hey, what's going on with Hunter? You know what I mean? Like you can't do that. That's,
he's going to,
it's just it's in bad taste.
but he'll do it,
He'll definitely
and
do
they'll
it.
love him for it.
It's like
I'll laugh at it. I'll admit, I'm like, oh shit.
it's like if people are like I like a guy who's like me. Like I don't want somebody
No,
to be the
but,
president that's like me.
I shouldn't be
I
running
don't
the
want
country.
me running the president.
This is where I fall to every time. I'm like,
running the country.
let me ask you an honest question, Keith. If tomorrow they called you and they said, we need you, like the way that the Constitution works and your family lineage,
I'm next.
you are next.
Ooh.
Do you take that job?
No, I delegated to what I do is I can't give up all that power for starters. I mean that's a
Oh,
lot.
so
of,
all right. So this is for. So you go. I'm going to call back. I gotta write some shit out real quick.
I also believe that God giveth, God taketh away. I mean, God wouldn't put me in this position if He didn't want me to have it now. So let me think about it. For a couple days
I'm not
now.
gonna take it, but I'm gonna sign some bills real quick.
Yeah, it was like free the homie. A couple of those.
Maybe
but,
take a couple pictures real quick.
No, but it's just like I understand. Like a lot of people get a job with power, and they have the right idea. They
do.
They want to do the right thing, and it's just after a while, you know what I mean. The bad thing it's just like, well, in order for this good thing to happen, which is small, I need this bad thing to happen, which is like,
Yeah, it's that needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few type shit, right?
You know what I mean? And it's just next thing you know, your hands are dirty, and it's just.
But I feel like that's all politics. That's why I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that shit.
But then, so people say, "Oh, that's why we hired Trump because he's not a politician."
But that's probably the wrong idea. Like, I don't like if you came to me and said, "Hey, man, my fucking house is all the electronic, like the lights are all screwed up and everything like that. Can you help me out with the electrician?" I said, "Yeah, this is my buddy Mike. He's a plumber. Call him." And then I hung up the phone on you. And then you have to call Mike the plumber, and he's like, "I kind of know what I'm doing." And then he fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
like-
that's the logic to me. I
Right.
really that
like, I
to
seen
me.
it done.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And
Yeah.
like, there's no like he wasn't like a lot of. I feel like some presidents were at least lawyers, like had even some like experience in some kind of like the way to delegate or some system.
Right. Like I give Kamala Harris credit. Like she has credibility.
Yeah, she does have credibility. She's a little scary. A little scary.
Even though she did say the Harris Biden administration, and it rolled off her tongue like she's been saying it.
Yeah, like there's definitely.
I don't know if it was a
I don't
teleprompter
think-
flub or what have you, but and then he said it too. Biden said it also.
Yeah, there's
Harris
they probably
Biden administration. I was like, yeah. I was like, maybe I don't know. Maybe other presidents or vice presidents have done that. I just haven't noticed it before. But I was
what
just
switch the names or like
well, put their name ahead of the president's name. To put the vice
it's
president's
usually.
name.
I mean, no, it's Trump Pence. It's Trump Pence. It was.
But you never heard Pence say Pence Trump.
It was. It was.
He wouldn't have been in the running. He wouldn't be the vice president.
No,
if he
they
had
would.
said
No,
that shit.
that's different though. Trump is that guy who would be that.
But you don't say your name first when it comes to the presidency.
No,
you don't say.
I would assume it would go presidential running person first. This is how much I fucking know about politics. I don't even know what the positions are called. But like, I assume it goes person running for president first, and then vice president next, right? You
Right.
know? Like that makes sense. But like, what? I mean, I'm not. Are people mad about that? It's whatever.
It's just, it's not done.
No, it's not done.
You know
is
what
it
I
a
mean?
good thing? Is it just? It's probably.
No, it's just like it's important. Well, so you're saying that Kamala Harris is going to be president then? That's what it
She
says.
might be president. He might literally. Wouldn't that
mean-
be crazy if he wins and then he steps down?
It wouldn't be crazy. That's what everybody thinks anyway.
I think
because
that's exactly what's going to happen.
He's not in great health. He's like feeble.
He looks like I could, like, you know how like when old people get, especially like they just get to an age where eventually their skin just looks a little transparent.
I'm just
Like-
tired of seeing senior citizens run like
That's what was so crazy about JFK, because he was like, oh my God, he's 40. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's like, how about we get? I mean, I don't even know who's the young senator.
even Trump is like 73 years old. He's
Right.
probably losing his fucking mind a little bit by some of the shit he does.
I was listening to Jim and Sam this morning on Sirius Radio, and they were talking about how Trump looked on Stern years ago compared to how Trump is now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
It's
about
like his fat, like how quick he was and stuff like that. You can tell, like it takes a toll. It's been taking a beating on.
Do you think he really knows what he's doing? Honest question. I'm not like shitting on Trump. I really am not. I'm just like, from your perspective, do you think he really knows what he's doing?
But
That's not trapping you.
I'll
either.
make the assumption that I'll make the argument that even the people who know what they're doing don't know what they're doing.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I
So
understand
it's like
completely,
it's
yeah.
more of a it's like, how could this, because you're looking for the greater good. I feel like I feel like he's looking at it from, how do I help, let's call it my people.
Yeah,
Not white people, but just how about this? How do I help Republicans?
Okay.
How do I help my fellow Republicans? How do I help my base?
Okay.
You know what I
What
mean?
you're supposed to do in your, I mean, isn't that your thing when you're a Republican?
But you
nominee?
want to help everybody, but
the
first and
president.
foremost, you have to appease your base.
That's
I feel
true.
like. I mean, I'm not coming from a place of like
I don't know shit
what-
about politics. I like
You know
to.
what? You
If
have to
anybody's
read.
mad right now listening to the podcast,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking
We're
about.
trying to put it into like layman's terms.
Yeah, I don't
so
know
that
what I'm
the way we absorb it, the way we absorb this information, we're just relaying it just to each
Yeah,
other.
this
of
is
like,
how I
maybe
perceive
it makes
it.
sense to you this way, or whatever.
There you go. Disclaimer: don't hate us.
Yeah, but I just don't. I think he's looking out for trying to look at like, hey, I made the economy better financially. As far as the stock market goes, he's going to get people their money back.
Yeah.
So he's looking at. He was like, damn, look at me. I'm trying to do. He was like, you ask your chief of staff and you ask everybody who knows anything about keeping criminals out of the country. They're like, well, you got to lock down the country, so you got to stop. You got to shut down the border. He was like, all right, so what do we do? He was like, we build a wall. And they're like, yeah, that's one way of doing it. He was like, all
Yeah,
right,
you think
fuck
it was really like, fuck it, I'll just say it.
It's like, so we build a wall. You know what I mean? So, but
It just seems like
it's,
that's what I mean. When I heard that, I'm like, that had to be the first idea he heard.
Right. It was
It
just
does
like,
seem
he was
like
like, so
that.
you think, well, so like we're spitballing, and it's like, all right, no, you're right.
No, he just liked it right off the bat
Yeah.
because he's running. He's like, I'll do it like a business, but it's not.
A wall solid. I put up a wall. I put up a wall. The walls of Trump building, the wall of Trump towers have never been walked through. You know what I mean? I put a,
Yeah, that
my
makes
building has
sense
a
that
wall
he-
to the side. Nobody can get through it.
That makes sense
I
that he would
understand
think like that, actually. Yeah, that makes a complete sense that he would think like that because you're right. I don't know. I feel like he didn't think he was going to win. I definitely don't think he thought he was going to win.
Then he made that push. Well, Hillary made the mistake of not going to like even the states that she had. She should have went to.
She came off very Skeletor like through most of it. I think it was her problem.
But
too.
now we know that we know her evil though. It's like we know the Clintons are just evil, like just evil people. It's like
there's
it's
some
like,
shit that are coming out that you're like,
like remember that old there's that old commercials like creepy crawler.
yeah, I had those things. Creepy crawlers. Yeah.
yeah. She just has that. It's just like don't touch me. Like you're part of the problem.
Like,
Like
you ever see somebody that looks a little bit too weird in the old folks home and you're like, don't touch me. Like
I remember those women who were just so like such big Hillary supporters.
I know,
And then
I
they
had a
found
couple that
out
were
what
my
a creep
friends.
she was, and they're just like they refuse to say like
it's the same thing with Trump.
I'm sorry about that though. They refuse to say like you know what I was wrong about it.
But it's the same thing with Trump. Like, Trump has done some fucked up things.
Yes, definitely.
But every time that he does some fucked up things, everybody's like, oh, come on.
I mean, but he lied to his base about. He lied about
a lot of it.
like COVID.
Yeah.
like he said on what was it? It was on the show. It was on HBO. He said that he was like, yeah, I downplayed it because I didn't want people to panic. And then but his tweets don't match.
No, none of that
anyway.
matches.
And I'm like, well, you lied to your. I was like, well, the left already thinks you're a liar anyway. So you didn't.
Yeah,
it's
the left already thinks you're a liar.
So
Now some
all you
people
did
on
was
your
lie to
side.
your base.
Yeah.
What good does that do you?
It's weird, right? It's weird
like,
behavior.
how would I don't know how?
Didn't they catch him on some HBO? Not catch him, but like, didn't they give him some? He got like broke on some HBO interview show that he did, where they gave him like papers or something like that.
You know what? He thought he was talking more candidly. I thought, and then it got out.
So they kind of caught him.
Not necessarily.
That's
It's more, but he won't back down anyway. He won't.
No.
You could match up audio of him saying this and him saying that, and he'd be like, "Nah, I never said it."
Dude, it's crazy. It really is. I really look at it like
It's like, should you tell your kid? It's like no. I told you to do this. Like, no, Dad, but you said. What did I say?
exactly. Yeah,
What did I say?
That's exactly what
Huh?
it is. Yeah.
Get over there. Anime, you sing the song like I told you to sing it, huh? Anime, you sing the song like I told you to sing it.
But like, didn't the tax stuff of everything of his come out and everything?
We were just gonna. It did. Do you have?
I do. I have some stuff. Like again, I'd like the prerequisite. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not claiming any.
I just thought the 70,000 on the wig.
I
was
can't
funny.
not talk about that though.
Listen,
Like,
I due to lack of vitamin C or something, don't have all my hair follicles.
my
on
hair
top
is
of
falling
my-
out as well. It's fine.
So
That's why I have a hat.
if I had the 70, I spin the 70.
I get it. I have friends of mine that have plugs.
And if I could write it off, I would write it off. So I can't blame Trump for like, hey, there's a.
Well, you want to
there's
hear how
a
much
way,
it was exactly?
Because what it is, if what he did was criminal, he'd be in jail. So my whole thing is, if they allow you to do this, why wouldn't I do this? And then like, why wouldn't I do this if I'm allowed to do it?
It seems like he manipulated the system. Like,
But if it was criminal, he'd be in. The IRS would love to bring him in.
yeah, but I mean, I don't think a lot of people like put it like that's another thing. Everybody's like, Hillary Clinton deserves to be in jail. I'm like, Hillary Clinton is not going to jail. She owns all the jails. Like, she's not. Like, that's not going to happen. Trump's probably not going to go to jail.
I'm not even
At least
sure
not
that
while
just-
he's the president.
I'm not even sure that Ghislaine is in jail.
I think she's in like some sort of rooftop penthouse.
She's in the feds or something. Like, yeah, she's in the feds.
like
where it's
she's not in jail because this is my fucking crazy thing. I think when she was down in South America with the rest of those weird fucking old Nazis, they told her, right? They were like, you got to fucking plan your shit out because like, how could you not just be like, how could you not plan that shit out when your fucking boyfriend or whatever literally was like, oh, he killed himself. She was like, I'm gonna draw all this shit up, and when I come back, because I will turn myself in, I will not be killed. She's got envelopes hidden in caves in places that we've never seen before.
Trump refused to say anything bad about it, which is funny. He refused
That's
to
a
say
little
anything
crazy
bad
to me
about
that
it.
people are like.
But
what?
listen, if she could cook you, she could cook you. She had the books.
I don't think Trump.
She had the books.
You think he was on the plane?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did anything with young chicks, anything like that. I think maybe.
I think he was definitely at parties where shit happened.
But he might have just fucked a chick that just wasn't his wife. I don't even think it
Oh,
was
he definitely
young.
fucked a chick that wasn't his
I
wife.
just think he
paid
fucked a chick that wasn't
he paid
Melania.
her a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
too.
so I think he might have just been banging a of age chick somewhere on the island. I don't think that it was
like some 22.
Yeah, I don't think it was
chick.
sinister. I think it was more like
He doesn't
Yeah.
come across.
Yeah, I don't-
He
I'm
does
not gonna
not
put
come
that
across
on.
to me
No,
like
I'm not
that.
gonna put that
He
on,
comes
yeah.
across to me like a dude that would definitely hit on like an 18-year-old girl because he'd be like,
But I also,
legal, right?
But I also think an 18-year-old girl would hit on with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get his money. No, I get it,
It's like,
but
oh, you're Donald Trump. I just
apparently, he doesn't have any money.
yeah. What is other than the hair for 70,000? What else was it?
70,000 for the hair. I'm trying to think of any. What else here? He basically, what this is telling me is he found ways to manipulate the system where he got like ridiculous, like tax breaks and everything like that. Like essentially, what this is saying, I guess he wrote off a bunch of stuff. Yeah, reduced his tax bill with questionable measures is what they're saying, including $72.9 million tax refund that is the subject of an audit by the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. So he's being actively audited right now. I mean, that's a...
If any of my listeners don't know what the Internal Revenue Service is without you saying IRS, then they shouldn't be listening.
Yeah,
So
then
don't-
they shouldn't.
yeah, don't worry
Then
about
you
it.
should be on the grid right now.
Yeah, don't worry about
So he's
that.
being investigated. What do you think about all that? I mean, do you think he fucking like is he Wesley Snipes in this shit? Or?
No, I think that he has the best guys around, and if they used every loophole imaginable. And
I think he definitely is not a billionaire. That's what I really take away.
I
from
don't
this.
think he's a billionaire.
No, I don't think he was ever rich. Is what it just really says. He was never really successful or rich.
He was just
kinda-
never wealthy. He was rich. He just was never wealthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. He had money and he would lose it. Basically, he would just lose it
You
immediately.
could fuck up being rich. You can't fuck up wealth.
Yeah, which makes sense why he would run for president. Because it always bemiffed me. I'm like, Donald Trump's running. Like, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just like, this is weird. Now I'm like, because I'm convinced if he doesn't win or when he's not president anymore or whatever like that, he's gonna fucking reality shows. He'll make more money not being president than he will be president. He might like act it like I feel like he really is just goes out there and says shit, gets all these people riled up and goes, all right, what's next? Like it's not like it's all a character. It's all he does all this shit.
It's pro wrestling.
It is pro wrestling. I
Yeah.
believe that it is, man. Like he goes out there and basically cuts a promo to a crowd that probably just sat all up all night watching all the WrestleManias and Survivor Series, jerking off to the British Bulldog and shit. I watch wrestling. I can say this shit. It's fine.
So then he's going to be like, when you come to the debate, brother, it's going to go down.
That would've got me.
You're going to go down out of town. Me and you, we're going to come down to the Undertaker, and I'm going to take you down, brother.
If you had just
one
gone-
by one, brother.
If he had just gone up there during the debates with Hillary and just been like, Hillary Clinton, let me tell you.
Because I'm going to break your back right now, brother. When I tell you when you come down here, you're going to wreak the madness.
That's what Joe
'Cause
Biden
me
needs
and
to
Miss
do.
Elizabeth, we are going to wreak havoc tonight on the main stage. When you snap into a Slim Jim, brother, please believe.
I think that's what Joe Biden needs to do. He needs to do that. He needs to go up there and be like Stone Cold Steve Austin or some shit like that. All of a sudden, he just starts going, every time Trump's been like, oh, Sleepy Joe over here, just Biden look at him dead in the eyes and go, what? Don't say a word. Just keep doing it. What? And just fucking flood him with that. Like, just start throwing beer cans at him like that. I mean, everybody's like, here's the thing. If the left is so pissed off that they're not playing by the rules, go fucking nuts. Go out there and Biden 316. Have Kamala Harris come out to fucking like some fucking like DMX music or some shit when they go out there. Fucking intimidate the other side at this point.
I don't know. The debates are tonight. We'll see how that turns out. I think it's going to come out with Trump's going to have some headline, like just he's so good off the cuff. He's
Oh
gonna
no,
have
he'll
some
definitely have
headline,
there's definitely going to be some
Yeah.
sound clips out of tonight.
comedic sound clips. But
The wrong thing was hilarious when I first heard it.
if Joe has one of those seizure-like moments where he just, zamadama ding dong, a ziddle diddle.
Joe, you better know your fucking lines tonight. You're gonna-
And once again, I'll double down on it. If you're black and you don't like me, you don't like chicken, and you don't like being black.
What if you did go out there just double down? It's like, I'd like to address the black community real quick.
Yeah, the
about
black
them things that I've
delegation.
said, and I'd like to double down on those comments right now.
They have, Obama has awarded me your mayor of the mayor of Blacktown.
Joe Biden, I'm the mayor of Blacktown now, my friend Barack. This is a cameo from Barack Obama that I paid for. I don't know why I'm making him Southern. Because it's just...
And here to perform the RZA, the Jizza, You God.
I'd vote for him. That's it. That would get me. I love Wu-Tang Clan. If they were like, and now to do the national anthem, the entire Wu-Tang Clan and a hologram of ODB, I'd be like, yeah, I'll vote. Yeah, all right. Yeah, they gave me the hologram of fucking ODB.
And then he starts crip working to "You Can Call Me Dirty," and then I lift up your skirt.
Now I'm just upset because none of this is fucking going to happen, and that would be the greatest debate ever.
He could turn full heel.
What if he reversed it and just been like, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to immerse myself in black culture, and just came out like fucking, what was that movie with fucking, what's his name? Bulworth?
Oh yeah.
What if he just Bulworthed it?
Hilarious. Steve Martin.
No, that was
Was it Steve Martin?
no, it was the other old movie star guy. He was in the old guy. What was his fucking name? He was in Bonnie and Clyde. He's that guy. Doesn't matter. We're off the rails now.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna. You know what?
That was fun.
Running. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. This was a fun one. Yeah, we'll retouch on some.
We know nothing about politics. I'm just putting that out there.
we're just spitballing just to give you a little something to go on.
We're bored.
You have anything coming up? Any shows? Anything?
It's
we're
funny.
still on lockdown as
I
far
got a
as
text message from somebody, so maybe.
yeah, some backyard. Yeah, I got a text message about doing a backyard show and a birthday party, all private. So, but
Birthday party. How old?
55-year-old man.
You need some time.
I
need a spot, man.
I don't know what type of stuff because we got a lodge. I don't know exactly what he's looking for, but I haven't done comedy in so long. I'm like,
dude, I don't know about you.
I need a
but
couple of
like,
reps.
I've been dying. I've been absolutely dying. And if there's one thing that I would like to plug real quick is that I have an OnlyFans account. And if you want to see me stroke it, no, I'm kidding.
Do you really have an OnlyFans account?
No. Do you want to get one for the podcast? Do you want to get one for the podcast?
I don't want to show my tussie. I can't just.
Big black mics.
Yours is black too?
No, I'd have to paint this one.
Oh, all right. All right, ladies and
We're
gentlemen.
gonna do an OnlyFans, our sexy cover with the cross mics. I'd have to fucking paint this one white for it to be like him on one side with his and mine on the other side like this. I had to get that in, man. I'm sorry.
All right, this was episode 2 of Fair Facts with Fair Facts, and hopefully we'll get this hat. We'll get the right hat for the next show.
Justice for Fairfax hats.
Jesus, I hate him so much for ruining this hat for me.
I just can't believe that like of all fuck ups.
He was so happy to show it to me. He was like, "Bro, look, got it!" Like, pow!
Oh, he was excited about his work.
He was like blackout.
He's gonna be upset when he hears this episode.
Got it, Roger.
Thanks, buddy.
He was like, "It was good slime." I was like, all
and
right.
sign off. You're about to make me go another hour.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me always.
Appreciate it.